Thank you so much for, honoring this wonderful, interview. I believe when you were on stage, you touched on so many things and thought-provoking things. But before we go into that, I want you to tell us about yourself and as well, introduce your, and your place of work where you work and to get a feel about that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Modestir. It's nice being here too, as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I couldn't make yesterday, or I heard about what happened yesterday. But even today's one, even with the limited time,
Yeah.
it was really refreshing to me.
Right.
And I believe the topic we discussed, it's a very important topic.
Mm.
Really, it's as I said earlier, it's an existentialist thing.
Mm.
It's either you do it or you
Or
perish,
not. Mm.
or you won't be able to have any impact. Basically, what we do is Islamic finance,
Yeah.
non-interest bank. Personally, I can tell you, in my 20-something years of experience in banking, 19 of those 20-something was in the conventional banking.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, I discovered that a human being must have a purpose in life. And if you are not driven by something, then you are doing nothing. That's why I have to switch to the yes, because the structure of the conventional way we do banking is only on money. It de-emphasize impact, sustainability, impact. Maybe in future they will start doing it. They may start doing it, but the fulcrum of Islamic finance or non-interest banking is built on that social responsibility,
Absolutely.
sustainability, impact. Today, if you look at the goals, the SDGs,
Yeah.
about 6 or 7 of the SDGs is speaking directly to Islamic finance.
Absolutely.
Or no, the non-interest banking speaking to the SDGs. That is sustainability. So I feel very happy.
Yeah.
I feel honored as an individual to have a platform to be able to deliver, two things. One, to have an individual satisfaction as an individual, and also to, play. We are not going to stay long in this world.
Absolutely.
How long are you going to stay? On the scale of affairs, you discover that 100 years is just a drop. So you can just do what you can do, 60,
Absolutely.
70 years if you
Absolutely.
live long. So
Absolutely.
what do you do with that 60, 70 years is important. And
Yeah.
I see Islamic finance is giving us that platform to be able to have impact.
Yeah.
Even after you go, things will happen. Death will one day come, say, oh boy,
Absolutely.
it's time. There is nothing you can do.
I
So
love
no
I love that
attachment.
perspective.
So
Yeah.
my name is GARBA
Absolutely.
MOHAMMED, and I am an executive director in the Alternative Bank. Today, the Alternative Bank is the newest bride in the Islamic banking subsector of the financial
Absolutely.
industry. As Alternative Bank, we are new, but as a business, we are not new. If you recall, there are 2 types of license of non-interest banking
Yeah.
in Nigeria. You have the window license and
Yes.
the full-fledged standalone
Absolutely.
license. We metamorphosed from Stallion Alternative Finance. We belong to the Stallion Holding Group, financial holding group. Before the holding company, we were embedded inside Stallion Bank as a window delivering Islamic banking services. And I've been with the institution for about 6 years now. And it was all rewarding. It might not be smooth in the beginning because, everyone knows about startups.
Absolutely.
I was just discussing with my friends out there. I said, if your wife delivers a baby, the first 40 days, you won't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Because the baby will be crying, seeking for
Absolutely.
attention. That's the way
Yeah.
the business is. But
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, our business commenced since 2014. It will be 10 years next year, running as a window. We discovered that it has grown bigger than a window. Today you have about 400,000 customers to serve on the spectrum.
That's massive.
You have huge balance sheet that you have grown. So it becoming big. So we applied for a license in CBN and we were granted a national banking license. 2 things happen in this country today. One, that has not happened before. We are like a case study. There has never been an institution that started as a window and metamorphosed to a standalone. We are the first case. That's 1. 2, there has never been a bank that started with the kind of numbers we are starting with. as an alternative bank today. You know, if you look at the banks like Jais, you look at Taj, you look at Lotus, they start from zero.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we were running for 8 years before we started our bank. We have made most of our mistakes. Do you
Yeah.
understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
truth is, the alternative bank, you can call us a bank, but we don't see ourselves as banks. Yes, we've been driven by Islamic commercial jurisprudence, but we are digital first.
Hmm.
We are a
Okay.
bank that believes in digital delivery of services to people.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can only scale. The ambition is big, is
Yeah.
wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are governed by Islamic banking, principles and everything.
Yeah.
But the delivery must be modern. The delivery must be digital to be able to scale. You can imagine how can you solve problems to 10 million people if you don't go digital?
So true.
You cannot. And look at the demography of Nigeria today. Nigerian population of over 200 million. I can tell you for free, check it. More than 70% of that population is youth, less than 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Below, these are digital natives.
Absolutely.
So you have to deliver the language they
They
understand.
understand.
I was discussing with someone yesterday, given the person, telling him, how banking was being done 20 something years ago, 23, 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Could you believe that if you lodge your check in another bank, it takes 3 days for the check to clear before you get value? You don't know.
I mean, this has been
Are you
things.
serious?
These are been things people have been going through.
God save you. If your account is in Kano and you lodge a check in a way, it takes you 21 days to have value for your money. So we have made progress. Now, the rate of technological advancement is exponential. Whatever you are doing today, if you do not innovate, you become obsolete.
Yeah.
In 6 months, you have an idea that you do not, convert to action. I can tell you for free. By the time you come to activate it, it's becoming obsolete already. So it is a moving target that you need to continue to continuously move. Otherwise, you become obsolete.
Absolutely.
Now, coming down to their major questions, what do we do?
Yeah.
And I said earlier, I spoke about my person, that I have a purpose in life. The institution also have a purpose. First of all, to our shareholders, their investors, it's not a charity organization. That's given.
That's key.
So you have to deliver economic value to them. You have to deliver wealth. But Islamic finance, in its own purpose, you discover that it's built on social responsibility. It's built on impact, good for the society.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that you cannot grow bigger than your society.
Absolutely.
You can imagine now, if you are rated as an institution, your rating can never go above the rating of your country. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you are entangled with the society you operate in.
Yeah.
So it's even a selfish idea or a selfish venture to ensure that the society grows, so that you as an individual will have a proportional growth with the society. So our focus is in sustainability, our focus in social responsibility, investing our capital into social. You see, look at the spectrum of the market spectrum, demography, starting from the micro to the investment grade. There are opportunities at every touch point. So our idea is to deliver the required goods, services to the public on the whole of that spectrum. Well, we have our choice of sectors that we believe gives a more impact to our country, to our continent, to our societies.
Yeah.
We choose about 5 or 6 sectors to play in.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we don't operate in other
others,
sectors.
okay.
Well, if I have a deal on oil and gas and a health deal, I rather go on the health deal first. So we chose 5 sectors: health, education, agriculture, renewable energy, and transport. Real estate is key. Affordable housing. I don't care much about the high end of the market, because a person that wants to build a 200 million naira house, believe me, doesn't need me.
Doesn't.
right?
Doesn't.
But the one that can afford to pay 40 million over 10 years needs.
Yeah.
That's medium to low cost. We are paying attention to that, in addition to the sectors I mentioned. Now, health sector, take a look at it. Government alone is not enough to deliver because even the government has limited capital.
Yeah.
So what do we do? That's why I said I like the topic of discussion. You have to collaborate. It's God that taught us to do it. By Islamic finance, we say, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. Ab initio, our business is built on partnership.
Yeah.
Ab initio. That's why you have the mudarawas of this world.
Yeah.
You have the musharakas of this.
Absolutely.
It's only in Islamic finance that you can get that. First of all, you bring your brain, I bring money. I'm the Rabbul Mal. You come with your expertise.
Yeah.
Let's collaborate. Let's make something and we share the profits.
Wonderful.
And if you look at it very clearly, because of the equitable nature of Islamic finance structure, a Mudaraba contract, the Rabbul Mal take credit risk.
Yeah.
Unless if you are able to identify deliberate sabotage or negligence from the Mudarib, you take the whole credit risk.
I mean, it's wonderful.
It is fantastic.
We've not seen this kind of system
Believe
in
me,
any
it
other
is fantastic.
one.
What of Musharaka? If we have a venture that we go into today and you deliver 20% of the capital requirement, I gave 80%. You see, I delivered 80% of the capital. If there is profit, we can sit down and agree on how we can share the profit. It could be 50-50. It could be 60 to your favor, 40 to me, the owner of the money, because you establish the business. But when there is loss, you take the loss to the maximum of your contribution. 20% loss. I take 80% loss. Is there any equitability more than that? We need to think deeply.
Absolutely.
When we think deeply, all these structures we have purpose to solve issues. Personally, you will have that pleasure.
I mean, this is wonderful, and what you've really been able to, say, I just want us to see, profit and purpose. I mean, this is the thing. This is what we are looking at.
Wallahi, they are not mutually exclusive.
Wow.
They are not. They can happen simultaneously. Take a list. You take the whole spectrum. I can trade in gold. I can have partners. We have gold resources in Nigeria. I can trade in gold. I can make $500,000, $1 million, $2 million every month. I can trade in commodities. I can make money. My license allows me to do all that.
Trade is easy.
Yes, you can trade.
Easy.
So now, you make so much money there. Basically, the lower echelon of the market is riskier. The return is not as much as high as that.
Yeah.
By the time you blend the two, you come to a middle, to an acceptable ROI to your investors.
And that would be great because you've done the impact.
Fantastic. And we can leverage on technology to be able to aggregate people in millions.
Absolutely.
You can imagine if you have a congregation of 10 million people of like minds, say they are traders or they are farmers, they are SMEs, they are homogeneous, their need is homogeneous.
Yes.
When you solve problem for one, you solve problem
Absolutely.
for to be able to put them in clusters at a go, leveraging technology, you solve one problem, everybody's problem is solved.